We all know Alphabet, right? One of the biggest companies on the planet. And the reason Alphabet is so damn valuable is because it has so many projects and companies under its umbrella. Big ones from YouTube. If you span out YouTube on its own, it'll be one of the biggest companies on earth. So it's got all sorts of subsidiaries. And so if you thought, I like Google, I love Alphabet, I think the future of Alphabet is great, I want a piece of that. Well, you can. You simply go to the stock market and you buy its token. Its token is Goog. So that is the gross value capture mechanism for Google if you're bullish on Alphabet. Bittensor is the same. Bittensor is this protocol umbrella, but instead of big companies at the moment, we have 128 independent AI startups. These independent AI startups all focus intensely on their own niche. They're not like OpenAI trying to create the next neocortex, this big LLM. It's just an independent startup focusing on one niche, and they absolutely nail their niche.
It's a whole new way to build a company.
Bittensor is a school. Inside this school, there's different classrooms. These are subnets, as we call them.
So whenever you hear the word subnet, just replace it in your head with independent AI startup.
Once the ball starts rolling, momentum will pick up, and it will be the subnets that drag Bittensor up.
You have the teachers, which are the validators, and you have the students, which are the miners.
I could crowdsource to the smartest people that I can't find, can't hire, and can't afford in the Bittensor ecosystem.
All over the world.
All over the world. And they compete not in months and years, but in days and weeks.
Miners do the work, hand that work over to the teachers. Teachers rank them from best to worst, reward the best miner, kick out the worst one, replace them.
It's a rough hill to climb, but the view at the top's damn good. And it's worth the effort in getting there.
Your journey into Bittensor is different than most subnet owners. Most subnet owners are hardcore coders of some sort. But you are, let's say, an existing business owner, a successful business operator that has reversed into Bittensor. So What exactly was it about Bittensor that appealed to you?
So I have, as you mentioned, a business called AdTAO, which is a Google Ads prediction and performance engine. Its sole reason to exist is to take an existing Google Ads account and get better results for the client. That's all it's there to do. If you're spending 10 grand, make that 10 grand work harder today than it did yesterday, so you get more leads or more sales or whatever your outcome is. So that's the goal of technology we've already built. But in the middle of that technology is a hole. And the hole, it says, there are at any given time a basket of things we could do to drive performance forwards for that account. How do you pick the best? Or how do you pick the best collection? And for that, we needed a prediction engine.
Because at the moment, so people running these ads, they're just like mud at a wall, just hoping the title works or not.
Flip a coin, throw a dice, pick the option that looks best on face value on an eyeball level, with very small data sets and no real perspective over the Google Ads ecosystem. So we took the view that actually, if we could predict what would happen if you did something, you could then rank your options and always pick the best option to move the boats fastest in the right direction.
Yeah.
And so how am I going to find very smart people who can write prediction models that we can validate and trust and do it quickly? Because Google Ads is an evolving ecosystem. It's not static. It changes week over week over week. Where do we find people that move at that pace? They don't live in academia. Academia thinks in years, not in weeks and months. They may live in business, but if so, in what country, in what businesses, where do I find them? Can I afford them? Can I even hire them? And if I do, I hire one and hope to God I made a good choice. But I don't know.
On a very expensive salary.
On a very expensive salary.
Like a data scientist of some sort.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or I could crowdsource to the smartest people that I can't find, can't hire, and can't afford in the Bittensor ecosystem.
All over the world.
All over the world. And they compete not in months and years, but in days and weeks. That buys us a level of forward momentum and progress and accuracy in everything that we do, and speeds up results for customers, which is what it's all about, in a way we could simply not achieve outside of Bittensor.
So in a nutshell, your miners are, let's say, data scientists improving a prediction algorithm for like causal impact of changing an ad campaign of some
Exactly.
sort.
If I make one change to an ad campaign today, what's going to have happened to that campaign performance in 1 month's time?
1 month.
And that's what they predict.
And how they're doing. Because you've been live, what, 1 or 2 months now?
Oh, we've been live 5 weeks.
5 weeks, okay.
And they are doing very well. Do you know what? Humans are quite smart if you find the right ones. We found humans who can predict, I don't know whether they're reading tea leaves or how they're doing it,
Yeah.
but they're writing models that are, with over 80% accuracy, predicting changes and the effect. And they have to predict two things: the direction of the effect and the size within a range. So is it going to be positive? And if so, 10%, 50%, what's the range? And we score based on the narrower the range. So if you've got it's directionally right and the range of outcome is correct, you score big, because that says you understand that particular thing. So that's what we feed them, and we tackle one different type of Google Ads problem at a time, because there's hundreds of different problems. So we prioritize. We pick one, the miners solve it, we pick the next one, the miners solve it. And every few weeks, we take a whole basket of problems in one, and we go, right, miners, figure that basket out. That's coming in a couple of weeks' time for our first one, so we'll see how that goes.
Amazing. So in a nutshell, if someone's doing Google Ads, they're spending 10 grand a month and they're making 12 grand a month in sales, they're happy. But with you, they could spend 10 grand a month and make 15 grand in sales or more.
That.
Okay.
Exactly that.
So this algo goes into your magic black box algorithm. And then, so if I'm a business owner and I want access to this, do you outsource this magic black box to other people?
You've got two ways to get into access to it. Number one, you can come onto our platform and you subscribe and do it yourself.
So you let people play with your magic black box? So we let people
play with the magic black box. Or rather, they can play with the outcomes of the black box.
Got it.
Or they can come to us, and for a lot of business owners, the thing they want, the thing they pay currently people called an agency, which is really some bloke called Keith who looks at your account once a week and has a go. And that's generally how it works today. And they're probably paying, depending how much money they're spending, anything from $500 to $5,000 a month for that service. So get rid of Keith, let him do his thing.
Poor Keith.
Come to us, and we can take responsibility for it.
Got it.
So we will take the same level of ownership that outsource does, except we have a machine that, with the best will of the world, and without being rude to Keith, it's far smarter, far more active, and far more able than Keith ever will be.
Because you have access to live data, real time.
Real time, live data, thousands of accounts, and a prediction engine beating the heart in the middle of it.
So, last question, what would be your parting advice for any potential business owner that's thinking of becoming a subnet in Bittensor?
Do it. It hurts. It's hard. I had a comment from somebody on X this morning. I posted a retrospective of my first 90 days inside the ecosystem, and I was transparent. It's a rough hill to climb, but the view at the top's damn good, and it's worth the effort in getting there. So, yes, there is short-term pain. Yes, there is effort to put in. Doesn't mean it's easy, but my God, where else could I ever go? And last week we had I think it was 104 miners competing for our prize.
Wow.
I couldn't find 104 smart people in the world, all having a go, of which a proportion of them will not actually get an outcome from, but the best guys will earn really well from that. I couldn't do that any other way. So I would absolutely advocate for anybody, get in there and do it, because there is no way to move a critical part of your business forward any faster. We build competitive advantage and a moat into our product every week that gets deeper and deeper, and I couldn't do that any other way.